Now what are you gonna do about it, Kong, huh? Ha ha ha, I can't get us. On the table today at Squirrel Stampede, we are going all in with Monsterverse from Playmates Toys, an all new lineup of great looking monsters. And whoa, did it get really hot in here all of a sudden? What is causing the heat wave? It's like a meltdown in here. It is super hot. Now it's super cold. It's super chilly in here. Why is it so cold in here? It's almost like there's a frost vark around or something. Well, now it's just extra fuzzy and soft. That's a weird real feel situation. Why is it so extra fuzzy and kind of gummy too? And well, we're gonna look at some lights with the moth. We gotta look at some lights and maybe some skull times with a skull release of Skull Island Kong. Lots of great titans here to look at today. So follow in with us as we unbox, review these great looking Monsterverse figures.
Squirrel Stampede.
Please subscribe.
Share.
And subscribe.
Kong go first. Kong, Skull Island Kong. Can you Kong the difference here? Can you Kong the difference on this one? Kind of feel like he's a little more grumpy than normal, a little more teethy. And with helicopters and chained props, of course. I kind of thought when I first saw this there'd be more articulation on this one, but it looks pretty up to par with the others. We'll see. Over on the back of the box. Interesting bio Kong. Wherever skull crawlers rise, the young but mighty Kong is there to defend his kingdom. Combining bone-crushing blows and a devastating propeller chain whip, Kong reigns supreme as Skull Island's apex guardian. So pretty cool how Playmates Toys is keeping the run alive with the Monsterverse series now fully labeled overall on their packaging, and they're able to take on many different eras of our favorite Kong versus Godzilla universe of Monsterverse. Let's get this out. He's on us. Okay, so they say younger first Kong here. It feels a little bit, I don't know, it's hard to tell his age. Maybe a little bit less of a beard on him makes him look a few years younger. In fact, there are a few extra new points of articulation. We've got all our standard stuff. The shoulders are great movement, lots of fun there, and elbows too are pivoting and rotating. Wrists, nothing in the waist as always. Really great movement on those hips, plenty of positions there, knees that hinge just once, and now a newcomer to the jointage, moving ankles, that's kind of fun. He's mostly a grayish muddy brown, and you just have to watch out for, ow, stop it. He likes to bite squirrel hands. I'm liking this one, that's pretty good. Head rotation not to forget, fuzzy plastic coated body, and he may even have a surprise trick on his arm. Possibly some battle damage if we can scrape that off. And I don't think that's actually supposed to come off. I think I'm doing more damage than good by trying to tear off this flesh of fur. I don't know about that. What say you? Back of box does not call this out, but it's looks like a chunk there. I can't get it out. But besides that arm, of course he has this dangerous propeller chain whip. You gotta have one of those on Kong Skull Island, right? Really nice little violent looking accessory piece. Then of course it's Kong versus the helicopters. Oh, they're such a nuisance. Oh, what are we gonna do? Kong's gonna get us. Oh, whoa, we gotta watch out here. Oh boy, Kong, look out. Wait a second, I have an idea. Let's just stay way up here. Now what are you gonna do about it, Kong, huh? Ha, I can't get us. Yeah, helicopter pilots have to watch out for those propeller chain whip things. So pretty good Kong. Not sure if he's my go-to Kong. We've got modern Kong here with Beast Glove. He feels thicker and obviously more armored. I think my go-to at the moment is Battle Axe Kong. He's got some scaly weaponry that makes him a lot of fun to play around with. All three are though pretty much interesting versions of Kong. And maybe, just maybe, Real Feel Kong will take over the team. So Real Feel Kong here, and if you like Real Feel, it's all about the fuzzy softness of this one. Although maybe slightly, just maybe slightly attracted to dust. Getting a lot of dust on those shoulders. I did just find this one a few months back, whereas some of the others just finding this week. So I'm kind of seeing some sacrifice in articulation for the Real Feel. If you want a nice fuzzy Kong, flocked and furry, you're gonna get less articulation, but he looks kind of cool. I like the color, the darkness of the flock. Over on the back of the box, the new Empire Kong, armed with a prototype battle gauntlet that enhances his earth-shattering primal strength. Kong roars into battle, packing a meteor impact with every punch. Did they get his tooth right? Is it upper or lower? Did we ever get Battle Tooth Kong? There's something going on with these teeth, and this is actually a very, very emotional style clip face we've seen on Kong figuring. Let's get him out. So there's certainly backwards mobility with this one, less articulation, less to really punch with, but still kind of looking Kong. What say you, Kong? What say you? Got the beast glove on, which is very nice contrast onto the darker black flockness of his soft furriness. You can see that most likely played out on his back, very soft, very dark furred, and hide some of the detailing of his screw holes on his shoulder there. But look at that, look at the dust that likes to accumulate on flocked toys. Gotta get your air cans ready. Get some of those cruddy buggies off. He's got a good fidgety feel to him, the flockness, but we've only got rotation at the shoulder points, head rotation, hips that can kind of get him to sit. That's actually kind of cute there. Maybe pull this arm back for balance. Kind of like a leisure sitting gentle Kong. So yeah, I've been very curious how this one would play out, and it just plays out so differently than the other Kongs because of the flockness. It's like this weird combo of a plush or something with an action figure starting to get softer, but still quite a rigid body. Actually, right now, isn't he in the famous Bigfoot stance? I feel like he's in the famous Bigfoot stance. What a figure, what an interesting figure. And since Playmates Toys does such a great job keeping price points really low, it's only a $10 figure, and it could be for a fun play, just don't get him wet. And since Kong got a Real Feel, so does Godzilla. Now, how do you make a Real Feel Godzilla? How do you do it? Well, I think they just make him a little more gummy, a little more softer than previous versions of plastic. But really not by that much. Oh, his head's pretty rubbery there. But there was always a little bit of rubbery play on his spines and head anyway. This one's head is really gummy, and articulated jaw too. And just gummy. I gotta say gummy all around. But overall, not really totally Real Feel, just maybe a really nice updated action figure of Godzilla from New Empire. Evolved Godzilla. Over on back of box, Godzilla Evolved. Godzilla has evolved into an all-new form, gummy, now faster, stronger, and more gummy powerful. Godzilla thunders into battle gummy-like with a supercharged gummy heat ray and city-destroying gummy tail swipe. You may add gummy at your own will. Oh, there's a Mecha Godzilla. Oh, this is kind of stepped back from the previous series too. Let's cut this one out of pack. That was fast. Ooh, yeah, he's even more gummy getting that tail on. And so there is our Real Feel Godzilla Evolved. Trying to stand a little bit, kind of hard to stand him. His hips were a little loose in the Gummyverse. I had some very loose leg hips on mine. He kind of wants to swing them out pretty quickly, and then when I stand him, he kind of just does his thing. Woo-hoo-hoo. He's very noodly. Now very swimmy-like. This might be your best Godzilla for doing an underwater swim thing with the glossiness of the gummy and the plastic. Those spines are looking really nice though. They're just glowing with plastic. I like the look of that. I wish they could have replicated that down the tail on all of these. So it's a little loose. What does it look like standing next to the others? I think this is my go-to Evolved Godzilla. I have the one too where he fills up with the evolved rubber suit, which I like quite a bit, but they're very similar. I think this was evolved too, right here from the Ultimate Battle Pack. So pretty much the same thing, just built a little bit differently material-wise, but you know what? That is a great contrast of a grayer Evolved Godzilla with the pink dorsal spines. This one always felt a little bit too aqua, and this one is just like, I just evolved myself, so give me 5 minutes and I'll get to you later. I think if this wasn't so loose, it would be my new go-to, but I think this one is going to still be my go-to. They're also looking amazing. Good to see the line still going strong. So after the Real Feels, where do we go? Maybe we go back to Godzilla King of the Monsters. Now, if you recall, Godzilla King of the Monsters was not in the Playmates Toys line. Was it Bandai Bandai before? I get this confused often. Oh, Jakks Pacific. Jakks did King of the Monster, that's right. But Playmates Toys going back and giving their run of the look and style of the Monsterverse from Godzilla King of the Monsters. I just got nuked, burning hot, super fire Godzilla, looking absolutely stunning. And we've got a Mothra, also a whole new sculpt, brand new, from that time when Mothra jumped out of a waterfall and was all frosty blue. It feels like at first it was so hard to get a Mothra figure, and finally, more often we're seeing Mothra available for fun. Over on the back of the packs, Mothra just looking stunning, so glowy, Mothra descending from the skies at supersonic airspeed. Queen of the Monsters, Mothra soars into battle to defend the planet with her piercing sting. Then with Godzilla burning, Godzilla ignites, supercharged with thermal energy and melting entire city blocks with every thunderous step. The King of the Monsters uses his heat ray pulse attack to protect the planet from all who threaten the balance of nature. King Ghidorah, anyone? So both of these really stunning, really stood out on a store peg. Found these recently. Let's go with the Mothra first, since we've been looking at Godzilla a lot. Opening out. And she's swarming into the lamp. I was worried this might happen. Mothra really liking the lights of the table. Give me a few minutes to lock this one down. Gonna try to use extra unabsorbent UV light, and maybe we can calm Mothra down a little bit. So there's our Playmates Toys Monsterverse Mothra for you. It's pretty interesting how they can do a moth action figure. You're like, how do you even design that to interplay with giant apes, giant Godzillas, giant monsters, and then this delicate fluffy little moth. They do it pretty well with giving it a nice movie accurate buggy body, lots of legs and cuteness, eyes aplenty, and then the panel wings really add to the size and scale, the deliciousness of the eye there looking back at you, almost like Godzilla in here looking at you, and just really glowy printed, sticker printed panel wings with wings up front here that are hinged and rotate. I'm not even sure which way they need to go, maybe that way, and then back wings here that also are hinged and rotate. So it gives this gentle, fluffy creature a much larger scale to play along with your Godzilla and your Kong and other Monsterverse figures. Really looking good. This is my second Mothra of this scale. We picked up one from the Ultimate Battle Pack late last year, Godzilla X Kong, and you can see the sculpt of the body is different than what we see in King of the Monsters, so that is nice. It's not just a repaint, maybe a panel repaint in those wings. That looks pretty similar in plastic, but in body, it's different enough to make this worthy to find. And I really like it in blue. I like it a lot in blue. It's like a deep night version of Mothra. So how they did it, they made a moth look cool, an action figure in moth mode. And it may be hard to find a Mothra. They always seem to fly on fast. So if you see one, get a spotlight on it right away and it will come right to you. And so now we can check out, I just got myself on fire, Burning Godzilla. This one is really fun. They've done good with the repaint on this, mainly because I think the whole body is using a translucent plastic. You can see a lot of light moving through this figure, and it's just fun. The Multiverse version of Godzilla. Where's a destroyer to melt on when you need one? But yeah, it's a really fun and hot looking Zor. So let's break out. Whoa, hot emoji. Now we can finally play hot potato with hot Godzilla. Hot potato, hot Godzilla. Hot potato, hot Godzilla. Hot potato, hot Godzilla. Ha-ha! Popcorn? Yeah, this one's really fun. This one is a go-to for your various versions of Godzilla out there. This is pre-evolution, obviously, because we're in King of the Monsters. So we're into our more bulky, lumbering friend than we are our athletic wonder of a new empire. I'm trying to get the light to pass through so you can see how translucent this figure is. It's glowy. It's got a good look. This is the Godzilla you definitely want to get on your shelf to contrast with your other Godzillas. There we go. There is a great look at the transparency of the orange lava plastic combined with the gray scaly charcoal black on it to kind of give it that lava-ness, that burning meltdown body of Godzilla. What a simple trick that pays off really well in figure form. Might want to have a fire extinguisher a little bit at the ready though with this one. And since we're talking unevolved Godzilla, pretty much in that unevolved Playmates Toys Godzilla look with the head that moves a little bit, jaws that open and close, arms that rotate at points there, simple hips that rotate, sometimes you can get some ankles to move, and that tail swipe back there. So we now have a very nice official Burning Godzilla from Playmates Toys, along with I'm about to charge up my Atomic Blast Godzilla, and I think this is my go-to Playmates Toys Godzilla with rip-away flesh on the belly. There's a few others, but these have some nice contrast to one another. Just again, be careful with Burning Godzilla, sometimes he just flames out. And so for now, the final monster of the day. Or should I mention before the final monster, I'd like to open these up soon. I was contemplating doing these in this video, but now I think I want to do a separate video. If you want to see me open up Godzilla vs. Godzilla, the card game booster, let me know. I've been really curious about what we're going to pull. There's 10 packs in here. I want to see what we can find. So let me know if you're interested in that one. And so the last here from Monarch, Legacy of Monsters, which I have really actually seen very little of. Is it Apple TV that this is on? I don't get a chance to watch this one. I'm waiting for like a good season release on something that I can watch it all on. We've got the Frost Vark though, and anytime a new monster is introduced into the series, it is like super welcomed as it is so rare. So very rare we see different monsters welcomed. Over on the back of the box, Legacy of Monsters Frost Vark. From beneath the snowy tundra, the Frost Vark erupts to unleash its freezer tendrils, locking onto enemies and turning them into ice. So how do you Frost Vark this thing out of box? Frost Vark Vark, Frost Vark Vark, Frost Vark Vark. Is that its theme song? So this is fun and very most differently than what we have commonly seen with the Monsterverse from Playmates Toys. Very striking head. Look at those tendrils of icy suction. An Aardvark icer, huh? Must have been Arthur's ugly cousin. Or actually probably more handsome cousin when you think about it. Look at these things. What a really fun monster. I hope this is like a continuation from Playmates Toys, just more and more of this, really. We've had plenty of this. Our toy bins are full of this, and we do love this, of course, but we do love to have a lot of this too. Kind of a little bit of an Anguirus fill with the spiky Aardvarky Vark back here in fluffy triangular features. Articulated tail maybe back there. A lot of articulation actually. So where do we start? With the head on the neck, and that just basically rotates. It doesn't bob up and down. A little bobbing would have been nice. Shoulder rotation, elbow rotation that hinges out and around for extra posing. Aardvarky in claw hands there, but no wrists. Back here we've got hips and we've got knees, and well, that's about it. I feel like there's more than you see on here. I just feel like I'm able to get it into some really fun upward position there for a four-legged monster dude. Oh, so since we're starved for other monsters, I really like this one. I think there's a really cool crustacean upcoming. What's that guy's name? It's off the top of my head. It fell off, but they're getting to these. They're getting to these more and more, and I'm super excited for it. So ever so slowly building up a good collection of alternate Monsterverse characters. Monsters to give Godzilla and Kong something to do, like the Drowned Viper and Tiamat from last year. It's good to have some characters like this to colorify up your monster shelf with some fun looking teeth. Now, if we can just get more Doug. So tremendous fun today with this collection. I think my go-to favorite is the Burning Godzilla. I really enjoyed that translucent plastic. And the Mothra. Those two have been a lot of fun. The Real Feels are certainly a gimmick and maybe something you may want to add into the back row, but they're there. The Vark is amazing. And yeah, nice little Kong Skullverse Skull Island version is fun to see in the group. So fun, great collection that's falling this fall here, 2025. So I need to clear some time for this Godzilla vs. Godzilla TCG card game. I think I need to still find the core deck for the game. I had that ordered and then it was canceled, so I gotta look for that. But I want to open these cards and see what's in there. There's some shinies, I think, some interesting cards that should be fun. And then really cool, finally finding a Jurassic World Hammond collection, Spinosaurus, so that's upcoming too at some point. What a monster. Look at the teeth on that head. That is the most teeth I've seen really beautiful looking Hammond Collection Spinosaur, so that's upcoming too. Well, if you like today's video, please give us a squike, squirrelive, squammet your favorite, most interesting Monsterverse figure you saw today with the Real Feel or the burning or the freezing, all of that today. Thanks for watching today. Here's a few videos that YouTube recommends. That's what I have to say about that.